name's Eddie Rios, and I want to talk about my M1 application. For number one, I got discuss the historical events, trends, and institutes that have influenced your perspective about law enforcement and race. Throughout history, racism has evolved through time, leading up to our generation. Nowadays, we are all living to accept each other as our own people, regardless of the color of our skin. Former Rosa Parks to riots in LA in the 80s, law enforcement was always the topic of discussion of who to blame when these uneventful actions took place. I took it solely from how people were raised to accept others that creates such a big issue as being not fair towards others based of color of their skin. Slavery created the biggest tier between races, and some still think that acceptable to enforce when using their careers to have power. Number two, describe your personal experiences with law enforcement and race. I personally don't have any experiences with law enforcement other than a speeding ticket or racial injustice towards myself. Number three, how do things you identify in question 1 and 2 influence your viewpoints and bias about law enforcement and race? I think law enforcement risk their lives every day to make our world a better place. I'm not going to lie, but there are many law enforcement workers that use their power for no good, just because they can. Many people in our world are still being discriminated, and it's sad to see human beings treated this way, regardless of the color of their skin. On the flip side, I see some people using the race as an excuse to get in trouble and use the color of their skin to blame them not listening to an officer. How can employee and sociological immigration change or bargaining your perspective? More physical experience in an event, I believe, makes your opinion stronger because you went through it. Many people have many about many different things, but you can't reach what you don't know. Thank you.